Blazers and Pelicans, but only because they move some of those assets around afterwards the next day, right?
Yeah.
So like initial trade with the Blazers and Pelicans, like Pelicans, they get CJ McCollum, Tony Snell, and Larry Nance Jr. from the Blazers, and the Blazers get Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Didi Louzada, a 2022 protected first round pick, which is important because the protections on this pick are super convoluted.
Yeah, they're not getting this pick.
It's possible. It's like 1 through 4 conveys back to the Pelicans. 5 through 15 conveys to the Blazers, which if the Pelicans make the play-in, they're probably right outside of that 15 or right around that 15.
Yeah.
Right. And then anything 15 on, I think, goes to like Charlotte. It is Charlotte. And then 2 future second round picks.
For the Devontae Graham deal somewhere.
Yes. Initial thoughts on this trade for you?
I like it for the Pelicans a lot. I think like the one kind of downside, if there is one, is like that CJ does make $30 million a year and is getting a little bit up there in age. How old is he exactly? Let me see.
He's a little bit like,
I feel like he's like 31 or something.
that sounds close. He is 30.
30. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only downside is you're adding $30 million. So that's obviously like you're committed to that. But really, I think that it makes things exciting for this year. They can compete for the play-in regardless of whether or not Zion comes back. Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, and their younger players have been, especially since their rough start, been playing really well. Jackson Hayes is looking really good. So I feel like CJ, Valanciunas, and Brandon Ingram in the interim this year can make a push for the play-in, and then next year and the next coming years, if Zion is able to come back fully healthy and everything like that, I feel like that's a really good core. Like, is it a championship contending team? No, but it brings like a really competitive team to New Orleans. Of you have your 4 best players are Zion, Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, and CJ McCollum. I feel like that is a solid playoff roster if they're all healthy. I feel like
here's
the
my
Pelicans
question
a big
for
step.
you, though.
Yeah.
This is a lot of the talk prior to this was Zion's upcoming contract extension. Will he want to stay in New Orleans? Is CJ McCollum off of the Jonas Valanciunas deal before that enough that you think Zion's like, okay, New Orleans is the place where I can build?
I think the general positive direction of the team before the trade, combined with the trade and the fact that he would be giving up like all max, super max considerations, like taking the qualifying offer means that you are taking off the table a bunch of incentives that go along with sort of extending, because the NBA wants to incentivize players to stay with the team that drafted them for as long as possible. So it's financially in his best interest to do so. And now I feel like the direction of the team under a new coach and the moves that David Griffin has been making since this past offseason, even though I feel like he's rightly been criticized in the past, you can't really dispute that like going out and getting Valanciunas for Steven Adams is like a great move. Letting Lonzo leave is like kind of the one thing that I think could kind of stick in the back of Zion's mind maybe, but I feel like this is potentially enough to make up